Drama in the workplace can be a huge distraction and a source of stress for everyone involved. In a dental practice where teamwork is essential, staff drama can sabotage your practice and even ruin your bottom line. But don't worry, there are ways to eliminate staff drama and keep your practice running smoothly. And by the end of this video, you'll have all the information you need to recognize or even prevent this problem from ever occurring at your dental practice. Hey, my name is Zach and I'm from RevUp Dental. One of the biggest ways you'll see staff drama materialize in your practice is because there is often a big disconnect between the type of practice the dentist wants to run compared to how the staff actually operates day to day. For example, you may want to run like a Ritz-Carlton hotel, but in reality, the staff operates the practice as if it's a discount motel. And here's the crazy part, most dentists don't even realize it. When you hire your staff, one of the first things that you need to do is communicate the type of practice you are trying to run, how you want your patients to perceive you, and what actions need to be taken daily, weekly, and monthly to create this perception. What I mean by this is you have to deliberately sit down and think, do I want to be a family-friendly practice, or do I want to be seen as a high-tech modern practice, or whatever look and feel you're going for? And then stop to think about how that type of practice would operate. How would they talk to patients? How would they do patient treatment presentations and then some? I can't tell you how many times we've worked with a practice where the dentist says, we're a family-friendly practice and we treat our patients like family, only to play them back dozens and dozens of recordings of their staff acting rude or dismissive to patients. We then ask the dentist, is this your idea of family-friendly? And the dentist is completely shocked. Look at what this one dentist had to say. Quote, "I'm absolutely appalled and I can't believe this is my staff. When we ask them how they train their staff and what their core values are and what systems they have in place to achieve this perception, guess what? There wasn't anything." This is where staff drama often starts from. No communication of expectations. When running a business, I'm sure you've heard it before, but you need to be willing to get your hands dirty. Now, the problem is, when it comes to addressing issues early and directly, so many practice owners are afraid to open that can of worms. Before I go any further, take a moment to listen to this call we've recorded to hear how it was handled.
Thank you for calling. Speaking.
Hi, I'd like to know if you have anything available for me to come in today on an emergency. I believe something's wrong with my teeth really bad, both top and bottom left. I think I have an infection because I'm throwing up. My ears are bothering me on my left side.
The only day I have is Wednesday.
What am I going to do for pain then? If I have an infection?
Honestly, you can take Advil or whatever works for you for pain until today, because I'm fully booked today.
Okay, thanks.
Now, would you be happy to hear this if you were the owner of this practice? I mean, think about it. You spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a practice, to make a name for yourself in the area, and this is how your receptionist talks to your patients. Would this not make you want to pull out your hair? So what would you do about it? Now, the sad reality is most dentists will hear this and brush it off to avoid any confrontation with the staff. They'll make excuses for their receptionist behavior, saying things like, oh, they had a bad day, or anything else they can think of. But by doing this, it only hurts you, the business owner. You're setting a precedent that this type of behavior is okay. Unfortunately though, this is what leads to poor performing staff. So, what's the solution? Well, it really boils down to leadership skills. No one respects a leader that can't lead. Staff need to know that there is someone in charge of the ship and steering it in the right direction. And if someone tries to steer it off course, they will be removed from the ship. However, before it gets to that point, you, the business owner, need to be willing to address the issue head on. If that means you take the employee aside, sit them down, have a one-on-one, even over lunch to talk about the issue, this signals to the employee that what they do day to day is important to you and that you are guiding them because you want to see them succeed. Doing this will work wonders to create a stronger and better performing team. Lastly, you want to create a positive work environment. What do I mean by this? We've spoken to hundreds of dental receptionists, and one of the things we've always been shocked about is how many of them felt as if they weren't valued at the practice. We would hear statements like, "I've been here for 15 years, and not once did this dentist buy me a cup of coffee or show any small gesture of appreciation." When was the last time you celebrated your staff's birthday? When was the last time you came in with a box of cookies or some coffee and said to them, "You know what, you guys have been great and I just wanted to show my appreciation"? When is the last time you talked to your receptionist and said, "You're doing a great job and I wanted to show you that I see it and I appreciate it"? Dentists don't think they need to do this. Some of them even assume, "Hey, I already pay them their salary. That should be enough." But if you think like this, respectfully, doctor, you're a horrible leader and you're not going to have a successful practice or any kind of successful business. Your practice isn't a building or some dental chairs or some scanners. It's a group of people. Your success and the success of your practice is ultimately at the mercy of your team. If you engage your team, support them, appreciate them, train them, and invest in them, you're going to do very well. If you don't, your team will find subtle ways to bury you. Dentists often are under the impression that their staff doesn't care about their business. But as the dentist, have you ever considered if your employee feels fulfilled with their role? The harsh reality is, the majority of dental staff feel undervalued and underappreciated. This is because the dentist is not focused on staff development, but rather growing their business. Now, don't get me wrong, that should be your top priority. But how could one grow their business without the right team behind them? The reality is, while you're in the operatory working on patients, you aren't aware of the true strengths and weaknesses your staff has. Let's say you have one staff member who's amazing at de-escalating tense situations with patients as they take the time to attentively listen. Does this receptionist ever receive any sort of acknowledgement from you, the business owner? I assure you, if no one is tracking or recording calls, it's likely this employee's exceptional performance is being overlooked. This, unfortunately, can create a toxic workplace environment, as they begin to realize that working hard isn't really valued in this practice. Our goal is to help practice owners foster a positive work environment by focusing on metrics as opposed to politics and opinions. Again, this is something we do with our scorecard system. With a heavy focus on metrics, you are able to analyze staff performance more accurately. This way, if you see any dips in performance, you can be consistent when addressing them. In addition, it will also allow you to properly reward those who are helping your business grow. So in conclusion, by setting clear expectations, addressing issues early and directly, and fostering a positive and supportive work environment, as well as taking advantage of data, you can eliminate staff drama, retain the best employees, and keep your dental practice running as smooth as can be. With all that said, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more tips on how to grow your business and run a successful dental practice.